So how everyone just doing the Landrover and the back canvas. So if I put that down, this is the back canvas. So I'll go around it so you can see it, and I'll show you how I've put it on. Now I wanted a canvas one because if I come away from the truck a little bit, I'm trying to make the truck look more vintage or older. So that's why I've used a canvas instead of a plastic one. So this will age as it gets old, and it will hopefully fade a little bit in the sun. Now, how have I done it? So what I've done on the front is, with it, I got it from Comptons, which make tents for the army and stuff. If I pull that away, oh, it's easier to do on the other side. I'll go on the other side and do it on the other side. There's a bit more room on that side. So on the front, it's held up by what's called a P-bar. So that's a P-bar. Now, a P because it's shaped like a P, and then there's a groove cutting the top of the curve of the P there. And this seam here, this bead, is actually fitting in, so that slides in and out. I mean, it doesn't now because it's quite solid, but it slides in and out. And what I've done is I've riveted every 10 centimetres along the P-bar, along the top, so it's actually holding it onto the back of the bulkhead. So this seam here is actually sewn into the underside of the canvas, and then the bead is inside that, the P of the P-bar, if that makes sense. Hoping that makes sense. Then when you roll the canvas back, the straps are inside now. You can't see them now, but they're inside. When you roll the canvas back up, you can actually roll it up and tie it onto the back. So it's relatively waterproof. I'm not saying it's totally waterproof, but I could put some mastic down there, but there didn't seem any point because water can actually leak down there a little bit. So there doesn't seem any point masticing that up. So I've just put a naked set of rivets along there. And then what I've got to do, I haven't done this yet, but I've got to put cleats, and I'll show you what a cleat is, to hold that down. I mean, you could use hooks, but Landrover actually do these special cleats. I'm not sure if you can see them, but they're under there. That's the cleat. I'm presuming I'm using the right name there. That's the cleat. I'm going to get some of these and then rivet them. So I've got 3 on each side, one there, and then one there, so it holds it solid. Now what I'm after now is, because that's sunk, because it's actually a little bit too big. While it's new, this has got it's a little bit sunk, so it'll pull water. So what I'm going to do is get a bar across here, or maybe 2 bars, sort of one about here, and then one about there. And it's got to be a curved. It can't be a straight bar. It's got to be a curved bar that puts tension on this surface, so it holds it up just slightly proud of the back. And then so the cleats hold it down on the side reasonably taut. So that's pretty solid. That's nice, and I mean, you can't get that out. That's pretty good. I mean, it doesn't take a load or anything, but it'll hold it nice and solid. Then at the back, because I've put the wheel on the back, and the wheel's bolted to a frame on the back of the tailgate, and the bolts come through the tailgate, so that's not going anywhere. And normally I've got these lock wires, so they stay on, but the wheel is actually solid onto the tailgate. So what happens is, if you actually, because this is put down before this is bolted up, and so the spare wheel, sorry, holds the lip of the canvas against the tailgate. So that's not going anywhere, that's completely solid. And then the elastic fits onto the cleats. I've got to renew these, so apologies for that. The elastic on the cleats holds the back down as well, so it's pretty secure. The only bit I'm worried about driving along is this bit here, this corner, because I mean, it hasn't got cleats on here yet, but that corner's a bit loose. But apparently Comptons tell me this will shrink about 15%, and that'll take up that that dip or that bow inside here. That'll take that up with a bit of luck. But I'm going to put bars in it anyway, probably one there and then one about there, just so it's got a bit of is it concave or convex? Concave bow, just slightly, just to hold it up. But I'm pretty chuffed with the job. It was, I mean, the canvas cover itself was only about 100 quid, and that was including the P-bar. The elastic was in there already, so it's all there. And as I say, I want it to wear and look a bit vintage and a bit old, because I'm making my Landrover a bit more vintage than it actually is. It's 32 years old. But I want it to look as old as possible. I have put modern LED lights in it, but they're actually the same dome shape as the original Landrover lights, so they still look old. But they are bright when they shine up. So, but that's the back. Hope that's useful. Now, I'm not sure if Comptons will do with the bars. I'm not sure. I'm gonna phone them up today and ask them. But we're on lockdown at the moment, so I'm not sure if they'll do them or not. But if they do, brilliant. If they don't, then I'll get some bars. On my old Volkswagen truck, I used to have these. I had one of these covers. It was actually a plastic one, but that had the bars in it, and they were kind of curved, just a tiny bit curved and tensioned. You know, so they're quite a tight fit in the back of the truck, but they hold the canvas up a little bit. So I'm hoping that's clear. Of course, if you've got any questions, by all means, comment and you know, I'll go into more detail. But yeah, that's pretty good. I'm quite chuffed for that. For 100 quid, it's easily the cheapest one I've seen. So it's, you know, I'm quite chuffed for that. And it tidies the back of the truck up because water gets in the back and dust and leaves and stuff, and it looks a bit grubby. And this will keep it nice and clean. So that's pretty good.